Why was Willow in tears?
She was crying over the baby that she'd given up. You know, I didn't know it at the time, but it's kind of fitting that that's how we met. As deeply as we loved each other the entire time that I knew Willow, her heart was with that child.
In terms of how, I think it was a combination of things. Well, let me start from the beginning, or where I think the beginning is. Right around Thanksgiving, I thought I was pregnant.
Oh.
Yeah. It was only for a couple days, but looking back, Chase and I had really different reactions to it. I mean, he was wonderful and supportive, don't get me wrong. Great at talking about our someday kids.
But not today.
And for me, when I thought it might be a reality, I realized having a child was something I really wanted.
Just thought Chase that.
He was freaked out in a really sweet and loving way, which is understandable. I mean, we hadn't talked about kids. We hadn't even talked about marriage. But I think Chase was really unsettled by it, and he didn't tell me because of the Wiley situation. And as I look back at it, I guess I just didn't notice where Chase was in his life. Or where he wasn't. That he wanted something less complicated, less lifetime commitment to a wife and kids. He just wasn't there.
By the time Willow realized that Wiley wasn't her son, that her baby actually died, it didn't matter. No, not that it didn't matter, but...
I know what you mean. Willow had already come to love Wiley, to think of him as her own.
She could be happy without him, I think. Not physically being his mother, but if Wiley was ever hurting or suffering in any way, and it was within her power to stop it, I don't think she could live with that. So for me, the best way that I can love her, and I do, was to tell this lie and let her go.
Okay. But Chase, what if you're wrong?
I think Chase and Sasha were genuinely trying to be supportive, but what was going on?
It had nothing to do with where they were in their lives.
Chase wasn't grieving a child like I was. Sasha hadn't become an overnight parent like you had. They were onlookers. And the only people they had to turn to were each other.
And when someone's feelings are hurt, they're mad or frustrated. One or both of them have one too many drinks.
And I'm sure once they started, that was something between them, you know? Something they shared that we couldn't understand.
We basically playing God, deciding that Michael and Willow should get together and raise Wiley, deciding what they couldn't figure out themselves, so we had to do it.
I thought we agreed.
No, we did. I was 100% a willing participant, if not the instigator. Now that we've actually done it.
I know.
What if Michael and Willow blame each other? Or end up hating each other? Or some other terrible thing happen that make this not work out?
Michael is my closest friend in Port Charles, but you're the one that's in love with him. Do you really think that that's a possibility?